It's 8:30 now, and time for the 8:30 High Beam this morning. And we're talking to Jennifer Demuth, who's been getting some time with us here lately, this time representing the Safe Communities Coalition from the Tuscarawas County Health Department. So, Jennifer, good morning once again. How are you?
Good morning, Brad. Doing well. How about you today?
Very good. Before we head into Safe Communities Coalition, but it's very much related, I just wondered if you could give us a quick review of Community Safety Day, which you just had on Saturday, and of course we were involved over there, but how that all seemed to go with the community, and are we going to do it again?
Yeah, we're so excited. This past Saturday, we were over at the Uricksville McDonald's, and we had our Community Safety Day as part of the Safe Communities Coalition. We were able to give out close to 40 free bike helmets to area children. And we were able to do that thanks to the support of the Ohio chapter of the American Academy of Pediatrics. We received a grant from them, as well as some help from the American Italian Club of Denison and the Denison Rotary Club. So we really want to give out a shout out to those three groups who made sure we had those helmets to protect those children when they ride their bikes.
They're good looking too, by the way, bright red.
Yeah, oh my gosh. One little boy come out, he got his bright red bike helmet, and then they had him sit on the edge of one of the Uricksville fire trucks that came to the safety day, and it made for a great picture, and he was just smiling from ear to ear. And so, yeah, we were just so glad to be there as a Tuscarawas County Health Department at the Community Safety Day, promoting click it or ticket and the importance of wearing that seatbelt every time, the importance of using car seats. We were thankful to have Sergeant Wolf there from the local Ohio State Highway Patrol, the tremendous support we received from McDonald's, and gosh, I have to, definitely thank you all from WBTC for being there. We just made for a really well-rounded and fun event, and we're hoping to do it again sometime next year.
Well, good. Let's get that done. But first, let's enjoy the summer. So, gosh, this weekend is Memorial Day, and Jennifer, we're jumping into summertime traffic thoughts, aren't we?
Yes. In 2020 and in the early parts of 2021, traffic, wasn't as heavy as it is now due to the pandemic. People were just staying home more. They weren't going on long trips. But if you talk to, like AAA and other transportation organizations, they're all predicting that this summer we're going to see more traffic than we've seen in a long time. A lot of people are going to go on those vacations and drive elsewhere. Even with the gas prices, they say folks are just, wanting to get out. So it's not going to keep too many people from the roads. And as our roadways get busier, we just always need to remember those traffic safety tips, just to really be aware when we're driving, to wear our seatbelt every trip, every time, even if you're just going down to the store and it's 10 minutes away. Wearing that seatbelt is so important.
That's when it usually happens, by the way.
Yeah, that's true. And, it's just so important to be careful. Please don't text and drive, or try not to be distracted even by other things that can be in the vehicle, like adjusting the volume on your radio. Even though we do want to make sure you don't miss listening to Brad on the radio, but still, wait till you're stopped at a stoplight and then turn the radio up.
Good.
Yeah, but another thing, and this is really a sobering thought, is unfortunately the period between Memorial Day and Labor Day is also known as the 100 deadliest days, because this is a time period when nationwide fatal teen crashes increased dramatically. In fact, between 2010 and 2019, over 7,000 people died in teen-related crashes during this summer period between Memorial Day and Labor Day, which is known as the 100 deadliest days. And I don't know about you, Brad. I have two teenagers who live at my house. And they happen to be my children.
Yes.
But sometimes they think they just live there. But that's another story. But it's scary when you think about, all the challenges teens have. And then now we have this teen driving concern really all the time, but especially during this 100 deadliest days.
Yeah.
So, but we don't want to get scared. What we want to do is be proactive. And I know sometimes teens don't always listen to the parents that live with them, but as parents, there are things we can do. But also, as caring adults, if there are teens in your life, teens you mentor, maybe teens you see through a club or at church, or maybe you're a favorite aunt or uncle or a grandparent, these are things you can help any teen with. And so we're going to talk a little bit about those tips. One thing is definitely talking to teenagers about the rules and responsibilities with driving. Share some stories. Maybe someone's out there and they've had an experience where, boy, they almost got in an accident because they'd looked down to adjust their radio. Share that story with the teenager so they understand just how quickly, something could potentially happen, and maybe it would help them, to pay more attention when they're behind that wheel. Yeah. Remind them that texts and phone calls can wait until they arrive at their destination, or, they need to pull over and stop in a safe public parking lot to make that phone call or text, not to do that, while they're driving. Consider, setting consequences. If you caught your child or your teenager, driving while distracted, you might limit the hours when they can drive or limit the hours when they have their cell phone, different things that you might be able to do. And I think, too, as adults, it's so important, and I remind myself of this, too, just making sure we're setting a good example for the teens in our lives,
yes.
Making sure our eyes are on the road and our hands are on the wheel, and we're being consistent with our message. If we're sitting there texting and driving and we tell them not to, they're going to do what we do, not listen to what we say, because it looks like, we're just talking and not meaning what we say, But a big thing, too, Brad, is that we can limit the number of passengers in the car. Even as an adult, the more people you have in the car, the more distracting it can be. But as adults, we're more experienced drivers, so we can typically make those adjustments, whereas those teen drivers have a lack of skills and a lack of experience. It's easier for them to make mistakes while driving. So if you limit the number of passengers in the car, that really helps reduce the risk of a crash. And also, encourage them to obey the speed limits, and to making sure that we're asking them to buckle up, and to restrict their nighttime driving is also important because, that reduced visibility and the inexperience and possibly being, tired at night can all create driving at night much more dangerous for teens.
Yeah, well, those are good tips for everybody, but like you said, especially teen drivers who have only done that very few times, and
That's
some of us older people have done it a few thousand times, but it still can be a little bit dangerous.
Right, but like you said, they're good tips for everyone, because what we really want to do as part of the Safe Communities Coalition of Tuscarawas County and, at Tuscarawas County Health Department, we just want to prevent injuries. We want everyone to get to those destinations safely this summer. And, following these tips, it's not a guarantee, but it's definitely going to help.
I totally agree. Now, we are represented with Robert Bray each time you guys have a meeting, but can anybody jump into a meeting, and when is the next one?
That's a great question, Brad. Yes, anyone in our community who has an interest in promoting traffic safety in Tuscarawas County, even especially if you have a particular niche, like maybe you really are concerned about teen drivers and you want to make a difference there. Maybe you're really concerned about mature drivers. We do tend to see more accidents also in older adult drivers. Maybe you have a concern about railroad track accidents. If whatever kind of concern you may have about traffic safety, yes, you can join us in our Safe Communities meetings. And actually, our next meeting is this week, Brad, so your timing is perfect.
All right.
Yeah, it's this Wednesday, May 25th at 1 p.m. at the Tuscarawas County Emergency Management Agency office, which is the office on the right side of the Tuscarawas County Jail building. So you don't actually go into the jail, no worries. It's on the right side of the building, and it's at 1 o'clock. And yes, the community, anyone with that vested interest in traffic safety is welcome to join us. We're so thankful for the partners we do get around the table, like Robert Bray from there at WBTC, as well as, law enforcement partners. We have partners from the Ohio Department of Transportation and other local agencies like Access Transit. And we're really able to come together and brainstorm ways to make sure we're getting the safety messages out as best as possible. Because, again, we want to protect people. We want to protect our Tuscarawas County residents and neighbors.
Real quickly, give us your contact information in case somebody has a question or they're a little bit shy.
Absolutely, yes. If you have questions about the Safe Communities Coalition, please reach out to us at the Tuscarawas County Health Department, 330-343-5685. 5555 and extension 100 and ask for Safe Communities Coalition. We'll get you to the right person. You can also visit us online on Facebook as well as tchdnow.org.
All right. I think we got it covered. Jennifer, always great to talk to you. Thank you so much.
Great to talk to you too, Brad. Thank you. We hope everyone has a safe and wonderful Memorial Day from all of us here at the Tuscarawas County Health Department.
Couldn't have said it better. Jennifer Demuth from the Tuscarawas County Health Department and Safe Communities Coalition. This morning, our guest on the 830 High Beam.